So this has been a very highly requested video, and I want to bring it to you guys here today. Barcelona are rebuilding. Flick, Deco, and Joan Laporta are moving aggressively. We know that Barcelona are prioritizing enhancing their attack with Anthony Gordon and also pursuing Julián Álvarez. We also just talked about Bernardo Silva and how he could influence the attack, and especially on the right-wing position. But Barcelona do not want to stop there. Many reports do suggest that Barcelona are now going to move towards the defense once they do solidify their attacking plans and every player is brought in. And their focus is to specifically add a left-footed center back, a profile that Barcelona believe is very necessary to improve the build-up play, to support Flick's high defensive line, and to add more tactical flexibility. It's all about flexibility. It is all about the versatility with these players. There is a consistency going on here, just like how Anthony Gordon is so admired because he can play on the left wing position and also in the striker position. You have Silva, who can play on the right wing position and also in Pedri's position. Now we're looking at Josko Gvardiol, only because he has the capacity to play in the center back position and also in the left back position. And I know it's crazy, right? Because Barcelona at one point were interested in Alessandro Bastoni. He was heavily considered, but because Inter Milan are making it very difficult, because his wages might be a little too much for FC Barcelona, they're shifting their attention towards Gvardiol. And that's if they even get to that point, because we do not know how Barcelona will view the defense in 2 weeks' time after they do add multiple players in the attack. But they are looking at Gvardiol due to his age, his versatility, the tactical profile, and his ability to play in multiple systems. In the current situation that Barcelona is in, they have returned to the 1-1 financial fair play rule, meaning that they can bring in a lot of players. And Flick does want a naturally left-footed center back, somebody with a strong recovery pace, somebody with comfort defending the large spaces and has elite build-up qualities. And Gvardiol has been offered to FC Barcelona. It's been said that the player would reportedly welcome a move if he does leave Manchester City, and Barcelona have not been very decisive on this yet. They're not advanced whatsoever. They're keeping Gvardiol at bay because what they're focused on right now, like what I said before, is to solidify the signings of Julián Álvarez and Bernardo Silva after Anthony Gordon has just been signed. Then they will look at Gvardiol with a lot of seriousness. So nothing is advanced at the time that I'm recording this video. He is just being viewed as an option for the future in the summer. But let's talk about him, right? Because this is a high requested video and I want to explain why Gvardiol fits in Flick's system. So first of all, he is a 24-year-old left-footed center back who can also play on the left back position, has an estimated market value of 70 million euros, and his salary at City is around 12.5 gross annually. And most importantly, he has 2 years left in his contract with City. So it's not like Man City are trying to sell Gvardiol because he has 1 year left in his contract. No, his contract with Man City ends in the summer of 2028. But what makes him so attractive is his elite ball progression. The fact that he's very comfortable carrying the ball forward. He can be press resistant, has strong passing range as well. And the fact that he also has an improved build-up under pressure, that is greatly admired. His recovery pace is something that's also very important because Flick knows that he will have a high defensive line next season. It's his only way of distributing his football. And with a high defensive line, you do need composed, capable center backs who are aggressive in pressing, comfortable in defending those large spaces, getting chaotic when they need to. But most importantly, the fact that Gvardiol understands the positional intelligence and what's required to know where you need to be at on the field, that is immense. He has a lot of experience being coached under Pep Guardiola, so he already understands the positional play, the rotations, the possession heavy systems that Flick might want in some occasions. This is the reason why Gvardiol is admired by FC Barcelona. He can play as a left center back, as a left back, as a hybrid fullback, and a left-sided center back in a back three, which we are going to be talking about in just a few seconds. But here's the thing, before I even move forward, the only concern I have about Gvardiol is the injuries, because in the 2025-2026 season, he only played 25 matches, and that is because he went through significant time out due to injuries. And we have to question that. Barcelona have to question, was this just a one-off? Is this bad luck? Is his durability becoming a pattern? And those are very important questions to ask, because if you're going to be spending maybe 65 to 75 million euros on somebody like Gvardiol, who might get injured in the next season, that might not be so good. And when you look at Eric Garcia, Cubarsí, and Gerard Martin, they rarely do get injured, like rarely. And we need all center backs to be healthy, ready, and fully mature physically. And then there is the other obstacle, right? Of course, Man City do not want to sell. They consider him very important. And if City do end up selling Gvardiol, of course, it's not going to be cheap. It's going to be very expensive. And does Barcelona want to do that? Because Barcelona did not want to spend 65 million euros or more for Bastoni. So why would they even say yes to Gvardiol. Once again, part of the reason why Barcelona are putting Gvardiol at bay right now. All they want to do is focus on the attack, and I would like to assume that Barcelona believe that they are okay with Eric Garcia, Araujo, Cubarsí, Christensen, Gerard Martin all being available options for the next season, right? So like if we don't sign a brand new center back this summer, I would be completely fine. I really do trust in these players. But let's take it a step forward and let's talk about what Gvardiol could do for FC Barcelona. How could he fit tactically? Because there is three options here. I do see that one of the options could be Gvardiol and Cubarsí in the center back positions. This works immensely because Cubarsí provides the distribution, the organization, the calmness. You have Gvardiol that provides the aggression, the recovery speed, the ability to carry the ball into the midfield as well. There's a lot of benefits here. There's better balance. You have an improved build-up structure. So just in case you have teams like PSG or Bayern pressing against you heavily, when you have Cubarsí and Gvardiol in the backline, rest assured that Barcelona will be able to get out of those tight scenarios. So there's more security in transitions and better protection for the high defensive line. And then you have option number 2, where he could play as a defensive left back or a hybrid fullback. So for example, if Gvardiol were to play on the left back position, I don't see him necessarily going all the way up there like a Joao Cancelo type of player, or like Dumfries or Hakimi or Nuno Mendes. I would see him with a lot of tendencies to be defensively aware more than anything else. And that's okay with me, because then you can have a 3-4-3 or a 3-5-2 with Gvardiol in the left center back position, right? A hybrid. It would allow for Joao Cancelo or Jules Koundé, or I would like to imagine Joao Cancelo, who would start on the right back position, going up there way more and being way more comfortable by doing so, because he knows that Gvardiol, Cubarsí, and Gerard Martin would be ready to protect and defend if they do lose the ball. And then you do have option number 3, which is the most creative one. I don't necessarily think that Flick will do this, but if the chances are there and the players are ready, then they can do so. Maybe they can operate in a back 3, very similar to what Inter Milan do with Bastoni, but Gvardiol will be a player that would slot into the left center back position. So you can have Cubarsí on the right center back position. You can have either Araujo or Eric Garcia in the middle with Gvardiol on the left. This would give Flick more defensive security, better transition control. You have greater attacking freedom for your wing backs, because if you have a back 3, you also do need to have 2 wing backs, one on the right, one on the left, and you can use Joao Cancelo and Alejandro Balde. These are the type of options that would allow for Gvardiol as a left center back to step into the midfield a lot, carry the possession forward, cover the wide spaces as well, and support the build-up. So you can do many things, and I think that when you compare Gvardiol to Bastoni, there is some advantages. Gvardiol is still only 24 years old. He's very young. He's more versatile as well. As we discussed, can play in a back 3. He can be a left back or a center back. He has a higher recovery pace compared to Bastoni, so he runs much faster and ready for those high defensive line moments. He has the Guardiola experience, so he knows positional football. So it's all about one big question: does Flick prioritize versatility and athleticism, which is Gvardiol, or just a pure center back who has one specific specialization? Let me know in the comment sections down below. What do you think about this potential signing later in the summer? Would you bring him in to reinforce our defense? That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.